Welcome back to the Eclectic Popcast. My name is Britt. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be discussing HBO Max and if it is worth getting a subscription. I got a subscription to HBO Max late last year for 3 months because they were running one of the Black Friday deals, and I ended up paying $3 a month for it, which ended up being a really cool deal. And I have been watching it ever since and neglecting Netflix in the process. So, sorry, Netflix. Is it worth it? Well, I mainly focused on watching the movie selection that they had because getting into a TV series is quite laborious, or it can be quite the commitment. Now, that said, I did watch House of the Dragon and Just Like That. and Just Like That. But anyway, I also watched some docu-series, and those were very interesting, very good. Watched The Anarchist, The 100-Foot Wave, very good. I love documentaries, and I love docu-series, so it was really interesting. I love hearing people tell their stories and seeing how different people live. It's very fascinating. So HBO Max and HBO in general has been a really great source for docu-series long before Netflix showed up on the scene, and they've given some really fascinating ones. I think Netflix tends to focus on true crime, which I definitely will watch those. But, HBO has this about the surfers and the surf lifestyle, which I'm really curious about after seeing the Laird Hamilton documentary a few years ago, which was amazing. I can't suggest that enough. Now, these are shows you can only watch on either HBO or HBO Max. I will say that with the subscription that I got, you do have to watch some commercials, which is a real pain. They are not too bad. They're about 60 seconds, but they tend to show up at very inopportune times. This happened a lot with And Just Like That, the Sex and the City sequel series, and pretty much any other show and or movie. There are very few movies you can watch without having the commercial interruption. But I refer to my subscription for HBO Max as basically broke-ass HBO Max because you're getting the experience, but you are paying, but I was only paying $3, and you do have to watch the ads. I think they do still offer a commercial package, but it's for more, and I'm just telling you, I would not pay more money and then have to watch commercials. So if you are going to get an HBO Max subscription, I would highly recommend paying the larger amount so you don't have to have these commercial interruptions. They are pain. And I'm a child of the 90s. Grew up watching where you could only watch 3 channels, or we got up to where you could watch ABC Family and TV Land and Nickelodeon and such, but you are still watching commercials, and I hate commercials. I cannot stand them. I do not find them entertaining. I do not find them interesting. But that's my commercial rant. In terms of the library, it's great. You can choose from TCM, and you can watch some classic movies, which was my main reason for signing up for it. And so my mom could watch the new Christmas Story movie, which is really, really good, surprisingly good. I'm glad they took their time to make that, and it was really worthwhile. If you enjoyed the original movie, you will enjoy the sequel. They paid so much homage to everything that you loved about the original movie. The old movies, they're there. I could have done with more Doris Day movies, but there's one of Doris's movies on there that we got to watch, which was great, and I believe that's called Romance on the High Seas. And being able to see Belle de Jour, excellent. So they had titles like that. The French films and the Spanish films, movies that I'm very, very passionate about. That was excellent. There wasn't a huge wide array, though, still, and that was disappointing. Also, why can't people watch Marilyn Monroe movies? You know, they're making a bunch of movies about Marilyn Monroe, but being able to see one of her movies is next to impossible. I was kind of hoping HBO Max would have some of her movies so I could see. There's many I haven't been able to see and I would like to check out, but that's that situation. Now, the shows. And Just Like That. And Just Like That was definitely, when this came out, I was chomping at the bit to see it. We waited, obviously, for this deal, it turned out. And it was really good. It was so good. I don't know why people are hating on the show. I really and truly do not understand it. It's really, really good. It's moving. It's funny. It's the character stories. And where I definitely makes sense where they all end up heading. It's sad for some characters, of course. But I enjoyed seeing and being around those characters again. I think it's totally worth it. I think it's a great show. House of the Dragon. I was excited when the show came out, but I have to say I'm not a big House Targaryen fan. I'm a Stark fan through and through. House Stark forever and ever. So I was not... If they had made a Stark prequel, I would have been absolutely, foaming at the mouth to see it. But since it was about the Targaryens, I was, given to patience. I ended up watching it. It was the first show I binged. And, gosh, it's so good. It's so, so good. House of the Dragon. I would never have imagined that a show about the Targaryens would be this good. But they've streamlined the storylines and the focus of the characters, so it's not all over the place and you're having to wait 2 episodes to catch back up with the character you really care about. You care about everyone, and there's main characters, and it's really focused on this battle between Rhaenyra Targaryen and her stepmother, which is a really... even her former best friend turned stepmother. So it's a very complex dynamic, and it has some wonderful commentary about women fighting each other and their complicated relationships that women have with each other, and I really enjoyed it. Ugh, I can't wait for season 2. It was so good. Special effects with the dragons look okay. I'm just not a dragon person. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm a wolf person. I'm a dog person. So I wasn't like, oh man, the dragons. But I'm sure people who like the dragons will definitely see quite a bit of them and enjoy that. I did think the dynamic between the next generation was very interesting. What was the other show? We watched a lot of good movies. The Boy Who Could Fly, that's on HBO. Oh goodness, there's a lot of really great stuff on there. I got to see The First Wives Club. I got to see the old 90s movies, and that kind of brought me back. That brought me back to the 90s and being a kid of the 90s, and how little you actually get, by the way, of a musical score in present day movies. It's pretty much silence focused on. If you practice mindfulness, you'll recognize that they very much play on the sound effect of something dropping and creating a melody with that. And for me, I'm sorry, I'm watching a movie. The heightened reality. I want to hear music. I want to hear a soundtrack. Entertain me. Okay, so is the service worth it? If you are really big into classic movies, if you want to see House of the Dragon, which you will, and Just Like That, which is, by the way, such a weird title to have to say, because when you say and then you have to say and just like that, it makes you sound very, it sounds like you're stuttering. It's just not good. Why can't they just call it Sex in the City? The adventure continues. Kind of like, when Will and Grace came back, they just called it Will and Grace, and it was just another season of the show. I did not watch Succession. I'm sorry. I know I'm a terrible person. Well, I have a week left. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I just can't get into another show. I can't. I don't have the time to binge another show. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to have more content from Eclectic Popcast. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful day.